Hi, I'm Rita Wilkins, also known as the Downsizing Designer. So many people ask me, how do I restart or how do I kickstart my decluttering journey? So this video is intended to give you 9 quick ways to kickstart or restart your decluttering journey. So decluttering your home is an enormous task, and it's pretty easy to feel intimidated and also overwhelmed by the enormity of the task. So how do you get started, or how do you restart? So over the years, I've developed a number of methods that just work, and I love sharing this with you because you might be stuck or wanting to get started. So number 1 is to start small. It's been proven that by starting small with just one shelf, one drawer at a time, and when you start to see results, you're going to feel differently. Even though it's only a small win, you'll be motivated to do another area, creating yet another small win, and they build on each other. The second thing is to create a clutter-free zone. And also stick to it. So when there's one area of your home that's highly visible, that is consistently cluttered, it impacts the way you think, the way you work, the way you act. So think about your kitchen table or your kitchen countertop. Those are 2 areas that people complain about all the time that are cluttered. So conversely, when that area is declared a clutter-free zone, and when it's consistently neat and organized, your experience is completely different than it is when it's cluttered. So try it, and you'll see what I mean, and then create that second and that third clutter-free zone. So the third strategy is to use the power of your imagination. So imagine one room of your home that's neat and organized and clutter-free. And it could be your home office. So imagine working there. How much more efficient and how much more productive would you be? And how much more fun would it be to work there? So it could be your master bedroom. Imagine that it's clutter-free, peaceful and serene, and it's your sanctuary at the end of each day. So imagine how much easier it would be to get a good night's sleep and be rested for the next morning. It could be any room of your home. So visualize the way that you want it to be and then declutter anything that doesn't belong there. So try it. You'll be amazed at what a difference it will make in your productivity, in your peace of mind, and actually your overall well-being. And number 4 is to load up your car with donated items. Now, you've heard me say this before, but as soon as you declutter one area of your home, load up your car, drive it to the donation site or to the consignment shop. Don't let those boxes or bags sit in your garage or your basement, because you're going to be tempted to open them up and maybe take a couple things out of there, defeating the entire purpose of decluttering. So you'll be amazed at how much better you feel, how much lighter you feel once you've dropped those bags and boxes off to the donation site. So acknowledge that sense of freedom and acknowledge how you're feeling about it. It will motivate you to go back and declutter even more. So number 5 is to find a home for everything. So you might want to start with just 5 or 10 items in your home and walk through and find something and just say, does it belong here? And if not, where does it belong? So it could be your vacuum. So does your vacuum belong in your family room, or does it really belong in a utility closet with other cleaning items? It could be toiletries. So do they belong on the countertop in your bathroom, which creates clutter, or do they belong inside of a drawer or inside the medicine cabinet? Those extra sheets and towels, do they belong in your laundry room, cluttering your laundry room, or do they belong in your linen closet? So when you take the time to designate a specific home for items in your home, and when you return them to that spot every single time, it will be easier to locate it when you need it. It'll help declutter other areas of your home where it doesn't belong. Number 6 is circle back on the things that are hard to let go of. So if you get stuck with certain items such as family photos, your mom's china, or other sentimental items, stop what you're doing and move on to another area. It's as simple as that. Circle back at another time when you feel stronger and less emotional. We all get stuck or stop sometimes because decluttering your possessions is very emotional. So acknowledge your emotions, accept the fact that it's hard at that moment to deal with it, move on to an easier area that might not be as emotional. Then later on, just circle back. You might have a fresh perspective that will then allow you to let go. Number 7 is use the power of percentages. I really like this one, and I used it when I was downsizing my big house because it was more logical and it was less emotional. So here's an example. If you're downsizing from a 4,000 square foot home to a 2,000 square foot home, you're downsizing by 50%. So use the power of percentages to declutter your home. So an example might be you want to declutter by 50%. So look at one bookcase, look at the top shelf only and focus on that one shelf. And then ask yourself, if you were to declutter that one shelf by 50%, which items would you keep and use? And which half can you let go of? So sometimes the magic of numbers helps because you get clear about how much you want, how much you don't want. It helps to remove the emotion. So instead of emotion, you're using logic. Number 8 is schedule a time to declutter. I know you've heard me talk about this, but it's like anything else. If you have a doctor's appointment, you put it on your calendar. If you have a business meeting, you put it on your calendar. So if you want to successfully declutter, schedule it. Put it on your calendar and commit to that day and that time to declutter. So another approach similar to this is to schedule a time each day. So it could be 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the evening. Just be consistent. Or another, way to schedule is to schedule a day or a weekend, maybe once or twice a quarter, and whatever works for you and for your schedule, for your lifestyle. Schedule a time to declutter and consistently stay with it, and you're going to see progress. And number 9 is use a checklist. So if you know me, you know I love checklists. I just get a good feeling when I can check something off. So there's power in using a checklist, and there's gratification in checking things off that list as you start to complete it. On my website, you will see in my store, you'll see many checklists, you'll see workbooks that you can access. And these are intended to help get you started and help you stay motivated. And another thought is create your own. But the bottom line is just get started and just keep moving. I hope this helps.